Most people do not learn to trust that their best effort is good enough. Inherently, they believe they must always try harder. They never let go of control and as such rarely hit their best shots that they are capable of. Sometimes by chance they do. However, this usually occurs when they are so fed up that they quit trying. This is the moment when we unintentionally let go of the fear of outcome and we get a glimpse of our inner potential, what we are really capable of. Here at SwingPals, students develop the skills needed to give up control, fear of outcome, worry, and doubt so they may access their potential. Once they get a glimpse of their potential, it's a moment that belongs to them.
So the first interaction that students have with SwingPals is we do come into the 5 middle schools in Durham and we introduce them to something called the playbox in the gymnasium.
SwingPals for me means able to engage with other people you don't normally engage with and able to have self-growth from when the first time you enter, whether it's like 6th grade or 7th grade, you grow as a person and you can connect with other people and have a deeper connection and also just be able to enjoy just the game of golf.
She's had no more than maybe 30 minutes of golf every 2 weeks with no access to golf other than when we bring her to SwingPals. And she is embracing the SwingPals methodology and philosophy. And it's unbelievable to watch as these students explore their potential through letting go of thinking and stepping into that play box, staying mentally, visually, and emotionally connected to the target.
I've only hit it like 3 times.
Amazing.
Yeah.
3 times you've hit it amazing? So don't you already know how to swing this club? So the question isn't me telling you how to swing this club. The question is what went wrong with the mental pre-shot routine?
Maybe I lost like my target.
Say again?
Probably I lost my target.
Okay, so how was your think box?
It was good.
Did you decide exactly what you wanted?
Yeah, I wanted to go straight.
Okay, so you just made a decision. Did you take a deep, heart-focused breath and let that settle and elevate and choose an uplifting emotion to feel?
No.
So you didn't make the commitment stepping into the play box. Okay? So the chances are the reason you didn't hit this club beautifully like I've seen you hit it is not because you don't know how to swing it. It's because you didn't commit to what you wanted to do. Okay? So that's the commitment. And once you take that deep breath, you step into the play box. And then you just stay mentally, visually, and emotionally connected to the target. But you have to decide and you have to commit. In SwingPals, we have a process that we call the mental pre-shot routine. The mental pre-shot routine is a skill that our students learn that gives them the opportunity to make a purposeful, intentional choice to step into the zone. Most golfers and most people sometimes get into the zone, but we have no idea what got us there. In SwingPals, students learn the skills that they need to be able to make it a purposeful choice. And that allows them to get to the incredible potential more of the time. The mental pre-shot routine has 3 components. It has a think box, it has the commitment, and it has a play box. In the think box, we make a decision. We think about what it is we want to do. What club do we want to hit? How's my lie? What shape shot would I like to hit? Where do I want the ball to land? Once that decision is made, we commit to that decision. Once committed to the decision, we step into the play box, where we stay mentally, visually, and emotionally connected to the goal. In the playbox, there's no thinking. The thinking is left behind. The commitment allows us to trust that decision and let go, stepping into the playbox and staying connected to what we want. So you were over the golf ball. Were you connected to the target, or were you thinking?
I was thinking.
About? You don't have to tell me if it's something you don't want to share with me, but you recognize there was interference. What do you need to do? Hold on, guys. What do you need to do to leave that thinking behind in the playbox? Guys, there's nothing wrong with getting into the playbox and missing a golf shot. That happens, okay? The question is, how do you leave the thinking behind in the think box?
SwingPals to me is like finding yourself to make the shots that you want and be a better person. If you have tough times in your life, just to breathe and take 5 minutes of breathing and make sure that you make your day a better day. So.
You are doing awesome. You know what I love most about your playbox?
The balance.
Yeah. You are staying completely connected to the target and there's no interference. Because when you swing, there's that you follow through to a complete finish and the balance is awesome. Mm-hmm. Are you staying mentally, visually, and emotionally connected to the target?
Yes.
What does that look like?
That was like just me sitting there and
Let's walk and talk.
me seeing the ball up there at that goal. Just looking like it's just like a whole beach just sitting there.
In your mind, you can see that picture through your entire swing?
Yes.
That's what I'm noticing. Over time, the natural ability you have, because you're not interfering with the golf swing, will come through. And slowly but surely, that ball will start to be like a laser on the target. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
I'm just confused.
What are you confused about?
Like how's my shots and not how my regular shots are?
Ah. Okay, so your shots today aren't where they were the last time you left off.
Yes.
And so how does that feel?
Troubling.
Say again?
Troubling.
So it feels troubling? Say more. Troubling, it feels...
fearful, let down, or just feels like I just did not do my best.
And so here's my question for you. Life is going to come at us, right? It's not always going to be great. Is that a fair statement? Life's not always going to be great. It's not always going to be fun, right? We're not always going to get the result we want. So the question is, you're disappointed, but what can you do right now, today, in this next shot, to effectively do that mental pre-shot routine, that think box, play box, where you take an uplifting emotion into the play box like you did yesterday? What can you do?
You mean on Tuesday?
On Tuesday, yeah. So what can you do?
Clear my mind.
Tell me, say more.
By heart focused breathing, if I just breathe and make sure my target's on that green.
And so you're saying you'll do your heart focused breathing.
Yes.
Would it be wise to say, do your heart focused breathing and acknowledge that you feel disappointed and let that go, and then choose to experience the same emotions as you felt on Tuesday?
Yes.
Say more. What would that look like?
That look like me just hitting the ball as far as I can.
Yeah, but what about the process? What would that look like?
Taking steps to get to where I want to go.
Okay, love it. All right. So as you walk from here, as you walk to the tee box, how about you do your heart focused breathing and acknowledge that there's been some disappointment because you're not playing as well as you were on Tuesday, and then smile. And then what emotion would you like to then experience as you proceed to the tee box? What emotion would you like to feel?
Pride.
Pride. So do your heart focused breathing, acknowledge the disappointment, and then feel pride as you go to the next tee box. What might happen?
Something will change.
Something might change. I'm proud of you. Go do it.
Well, when I magic the playbox, it looks like me just staring at the ball, myself and I. Nobody, just imagine that you're in your own world. Make sure that you're just focused on your target and make it right. Fall. I had nothing in my head. In my think box, I had a lot of thinking. But when I got into my play box, I just thought nothing. Just me and the ball. A lot of people don't get that much like that chance to have like that type of swing. But when I had that type of swing, I felt like I just climbed a tree and just made a tree house by myself.
When we first introduce SwingPals to the students, we let them know that our #1 priority is safety, and it's safety because we care about each and every one of them. In the play box, we let them know that this is their safe space. So in the gym, they're getting a real visualization of what their safe space would look like in person. After they go through their process in the gym for a week and they go to that same play box every day during the week, we then translate it to coming to the golf course. You know, safety is still our #1 expectation. And how do we stay safe when there's no longer play boxes available? Once the students come to the golf course and we introduce them to how we stay safe outside using the same equipment, we let the students know that your safe space, your play box, is still with you even though you're not in the gym. In the gym, you guys can see it visually, but at the golf course, it's more so internally, you know? It's putting into perspective that when you don't have that physical space, you will always have it internally. Now, why it is important that the students see that they have a play box in the gym physically and outside of the gym non-physically is because it lets the students know that they are always safe 24/7 physically as well as emotionally. And when the students feel emotionally safe, they're more vulnerable, they're more open to learning, and they are also more open to helping us coaches learn from them as well. So building that play box is extremely crucial to our program because it's the first step at the golf course and in the gym where the students will be able to feel comfortable in their own space while being safe, learning how to play golf.
I got something going on, and
Okay.
I would like to request for some help.
Well, tell me what's going on.
I can flush a foot putt, but I'm really having trouble with like really close to medium range.
When they're even closer. So you can flush a putt from like 8 feet or 6 feet or 4 feet, but the closer you get to the hole, there's something going on that kind of gets in your way.
Yeah.
It's probably anxiety. So here's the thing. When something's so easy that you feel you should be able to make it, it puts a lot of pressure on you. The word should. I should be able to do that because it's so short. And when we should ourselves, it raises anxiety. So, I should do this because it's so easy, right? So what would be a better way to approach that? Well, it's not easy. But what do you think you could do differently next time you have a putt that's really short?
Focus on not how easy it is, but what I'm gonna do with it.
Okay. I like that. And the other thing I do with students a lot is that, and I call it the edge. When you get over the golf ball and you feel that anxiety, then what would it be like? Just take a deep breath and step back and acknowledge that anxiety and say, you know what, I recognize that anxiety, but my best effort is good enough. It's not easy to do because anxiety can be very deceiving, can be very deceptive. But you want to get very good at recognizing it and then just say, hey, you know what, step back, take a deep breath, let it go. Our best outcomes on the golf course occur when we are able to get into the playbox, when we are able to step into that space where we are experiencing an uplifting emotion and we're staying visually connected to what we want. That is perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of the mental pre-shot routine. We can make a decision, however, the commitment is the key. Once you commit to what you've decided, it allows you to have the freedom to step into that play box and stay in that space where you can access that potential that resides inside of you. It's the commitment to trust that you have made the best decision possible, and now you're going to let your actions unfold.
I felt like the other time in the other hole, I was analyzing the green. So this time I just wanted to focus on where I wanted the ball to go.
And you then stepped into the play box. Describe your play box.
I just saw my line and how it curved. I just went for it.
And you saw that?
Yeah.
And you just went for it? Did you take the emotion in that I had suggested? The emotion that what would it feel like if you already made it? What did it feel like before you
Confident?
So because you already imagined making the shot, you felt confident in the play box. And then what happened?
I made it.
So how do you feel about that?
Really good.
Yeah. You're not surprised, right?
No,
Yeah. Why aren't you surprised?
because I've done this before.
Yeah. And you know that you're capable of that.
Yeah.
And all you're doing when you step into that play box is you're opening the space for what you're already capable of. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
And that was a birdie.
That was great.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I picked the spot. It was like that black bird over there. There's like a black spot,
Okay.
like on the left.
Yeah.
And I was just keeping that in my mind when I swing. Like obviously in my think box, I was analyzing like where I wanted to go to the left. And then in my think box, I just imagined like that black spot, and then I kept it in my mind.
In the play box.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you kept that black spot in your mind in the play box. Did you take a breath and initiate an uplifting emotion?
I just felt like before I took the shot, I like heard the birds, the feel of nature. And then
And when you feel nature, how does that feel?
it makes me feel calm and
Wow.
relaxed.
SwingPals serves Durham Public School students who are facing adversity, have low resources, and are often marginalized. Our program helps these young people to build a virtual safe space, a space in which they are able to recognize the adversity that comes at us and to be skillful in their response to that adversity. They develop the emotional regulation skills and the mindfulness skills to be able to see that adversity and yet stay present in the moment. Everybody faces adversity. The question is, how do we respond to it? through learning these SwingPals skills, it gives these young folks the opportunity to access their potential, that inner potential that everybody knows that we have, and yet most people never get to. The mission and vision of SwingPals is that every Durham Public School child, when they enter middle school, has the opportunity to experience SwingPals and develop these skills so they are able to live happy and joyful lives and hit their best shots more of the time.